it can be different. So you can learn, I bet almost every single one of us as agents, our business, I was telling somebody last week, my business was, I'd hear somebody doing something and I'd say, I like that little piece, what do you do? And I'd say, ooh, I like what they do, but I don't want to do all of that. I like this portion of it. And then you just take all of those ideas and you mix it up and come up with your own version of it. That's what's really cool about real estate is you get to make it look and feel the way you want it to look and feel. And I should be able to look at your marketing and to get a sense of who you are. If you've got a wicked sense of humor, I want to see that in your marketing. If, whatever that is, yeah, if you guys want to pass this around, pass the check-in QR code, that'd be great. I want to see that. I want to feel that. Otherwise, you just feel generic. You don't feel or look different than any other agent. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me do some sharing here. To get the PowerPoint up for those of you on Zoom. If you're on Zoom, thank you for having your camera on. If you don't have your camera on, I would love to see your faces on here. And we have some new faces. We've got a brand new face here that I'm going to have Olivia, if you would come up here and introduce yourself. Because we've got people at home, and so we've got a camera right here. So I want you to come and stand in front of my computer, introduce yourself and say what you've done prior to real estate. So right here.
Oh, right Hi, I'm Olivia. I just took my exam and went through the schooling through here with Linda. And before I was a college student and a server. And I still am a server right now.
Awesome, awesome. Well, welcome. We're glad to have you. Okay, that's Olivia. Would you close that door back there? Grab it for me. Okay, does everybody have a student guide? Okay, good morning, Jocelyn. Good morning, Ellie. Good morning, Jaden. See all these faces in, and let's see, who do we have online? We have Jody's coming in, Celia's here, Claire's here. I see Connor. Who else do I see? I see Hark. See Doug. And like I said, Jody's coming on. If you can, and Anna's here. Hello, welcome, good morning. It is Tuesday and we have a new topic. What did we do last week? Anybody remember what we talked about last week?
Marketing.
Yes, very good, Alice. Yes, marketing was our topic last week. Did anybody do anything specific with their marketing for their business last week? Anybody put anything to practice that we talked about? No? Okay.
Anna's been working on her candy stuff.
So the one thing, especially for those of you who are really new, your goal and your priority needs to get everybody, all your people in here. Hey Siri, turn off torch. Your goal is to get all of your contacts into command. Thank you. Get them in command. Get them in command. Because how many of you are on the Office 36 Touch Smart Plan? You all need to be on there as soon as possible. So I saw, how many hands did I say? Put them up again. Put them up, put them up. Okay. All right. How about those of you on Zoom? How many of you have your database on the Office's 36 Touch?
Yep, I'm in there.
Me too.
Okay. I'm not seeing anybody that has them. Okay, everybody. Alice? Uh-huh.
Does me and Megan, Jocelyn, does everyone's people get the same 3 emails each month, or are there any personalizations like that?
No, that's the beauty of it. It's automated. Here's what I would say to you, Alice, is this. All of you need an automated smart plan. And it's okay if it's pretty generic. what I love about this one is that every month it'll have, an email of value, meaning talking something specifically about real estate with a call to action that they might need your help. Be it they want an equity check done, or they're interested in investing in real estate, or they need, they want to do some work to their home and they need some vendors that you could help them with. What you need to do when you do the 36 touch is then add in your own personalized touches in there, meaning supplement, add and layer on top of that. Something that is more personalized. But you all need the automated. Don't get caught up on what it says. They're very well done. The monthly newsletter, it looks good, has great information in it. Make certain you're in your command and that you're getting the 36 touch, so you know what they're getting and when they're getting it. Because there's nothing, I didn't do that in the beginning when I started using email campaigns. And somebody would contact me and ask me something. And I didn't realize it was from the email I just sent them, that I didn't know I just sent them. So it was like, oh, yeah, well, you sent that. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, I did. And so I'd have to scramble to figure out what it was that I sent them. So make sure that you're on that when you're doing that. So your marketing, the bare minimum is having all your contacts on the 36 touch. And then you can start layering the more personal things, the more current things. When you do an open house, do you just promote it to the public, or do you promote it to your database? And don't tell me that everybody on your social media, well, they could be, but it's highly unlikely that everybody who's on your social media is also in your database. That's another place to look at. Once you have gotten everybody from here in command, then you go to your social media, because there are quite a few, at least in my account, there are quite a few people that do not overlap in here that are on my social media. So make sure you're looking in all those places that people you know are sitting. So are you promoting and asking your people to come to your open houses? You're probably gonna look at me and say, but Kristen, they're not interested in buying a house. I know, probably not. They need to see you doing real estate to believe that you're a real estate agent. Remember what we talked about last week. It's your job to convince them that you are a real estate agent. It is your job to convince them that you could help them buy, sell, invest in real estate, or anything that has to do with their home. Anything. If they had a question about home insurance, they should come to you if they're looking and shopping for home insurance, so you can give them names of insurance agents that they might want to talk to. Make sense? Okay. Let's get into today's topic, or this week's topic, and that's your database. So it's perfect. We're going to talk about how important these people are. These are your future. And for some of you, it's probably not going to feel like it. You're going to be, well, let me ask you a question. And I want you all to be honest. Are you looking forward in this new business to talking to people you know about your new business? Or does that kind of make you feel uncomfortable and you're thinking, I'd rather talk to strangers right now about my new business? Elena, how do you feel? Talking to people you know, or you?
The people.
Right, that's fair. That's fair. Tell me more. Why is that?
It's just they probably have a different kind of feel about you, because we have, I mean.
Different backgrounds.
Yes, there's different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm. So you're worried that some people might not see you as an agent right away.
Yes.
Okay, and that's fair. That's fair. That's a really normal feeling. So are you saying that you are somewhat leaning towards maybe talking to more strangers right now, or just still focusing on your database, but not as eager to talk to everyone in it? Okay, okay. Yeah, Wyatt.
I think one of the things that I'm trying to do is when I talk to strangers, is figure out how to bring up real estate in the conversation.
Hmm,
Because sometimes you just don't have the, I mean, I'm sure you could find a way, find the time, but you know, sometimes it's only a 1 minute, 2 minute conversation.
mhm.
Here, I'm just kind of hoping like something about real estate or houses or whatever they're going through or what they're trying to do gets brought up, so I can kind of push that narrative in the
Mm.
conversation. But sometimes it's hard.
And you can direct it with your
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll tell you all. One of the best skills that you can build in this business, if you're not already good at it, good morning, Douglas, is being good at asking questions. Alice,
I think the word, post
Ford model, we're gonna touch on it today, yes?
to. Oh, well, you know, my wife and I, my girlfriend and I are getting married. That might mean they're starting a family, or they need more space, they don't live together, I don't know.
Yeah, if they say they're getting married, do you guys live together now, or do you've got two separate households?
Are you renting together?
Mhm. Those little tidbits should take you to the next question that leads you where you want to go. So that's where asking good questions of potential buyers, sellers, or just in your networking opportunities is really important. And I'm going to be quite honest, I wasn't really good at asking questions. I can ask some, I was good at asking some just general questions, but I had to build my muscle so that I would ask deeper questions and keep going instead of just the surface. Oh, what do you do? And where do you live? Have you lived there a long time? Have you, what's that neighborhood like? Are you thinking of staying there? Is this like your forever home? Are you in your forever home? Is this a starter home? Have you ever thought about taking this home and making an investment property when you buy your next home? So getting the skill set of asking really good questions is important. It is so important for you all. So if it's not something that comes natural, like my husband, he literally can ask 90 questions of someone to my 10. He's just nosy. No, he's just that curious person who just asks the next question. Sometimes I'm like, you ask him a what? But that's just his natural ability. It's not mine. I have to continue to build that skill, and you do too. It's very important. So your database is your future. Now, here's where you may not believe me much, is in the beginning, who else thinks they would prefer to talk to strangers right now? Okay, okay, why is that? Why is that, Olivia?
I think just what if my age range is much, or if I, you know, my age group is looking by home right now, and
Not yet,
not yet.
they're very close.
I worry I wouldn't see.
Okay. That's fair, that's fair. Jamie, what about you?
This is my strategy right now, it's not nothing, so that's.
Well, and also you're new to Kansas City.
Exactly.
So he, at least here in Kansas City, he doesn't have a big database whatsoever. And so he's gonna have to talk to strangers. So know that for all of you, you will need to talk to strangers. And in your first year, there's a good chance that you may do more business in your first year with strangers than people you know. Because here's what they do know, Olivia, they know you're brand new. You can't pretend to them that you've been doing this a long time. I will tell you, is anybody worried about being asked how long you've been doing this? Yeah, a lot of you, not everybody, but a lot of you are. I was too. Guess how many times I was asked in my first year if I would, how long I'd been doing this? How many times? Any guesses? Alice? Cyril, no, I was asked twice. 2 times, that's all, in a whole year, only 2 times. And I accredited that when I did open houses or I met with people, especially open houses, I made sure that mine looked so professional that I didn't look new. So I went out of my way to make sure that all my marketing and everything looked top notch, that it wasn't evident and obvious that I was brand new. And that is to your all's advantage. Because most consumers don't understand what we do and how we do it and what the process is. So you're already a leg ahead of them, even if you're brand new. You are. You have more knowledge than they do already. So you are experienced. You're just continuing to have to grow that experience, right? And you will your whole career. So anybody on Zoom, tell me if you have a preference of working with strangers or you only want to talk to people you know because strangers scare you.
I've always preferred strangers.
Talk to me.
Can
Talk
you
to
hear
me now.
Can you hear me, Kristen?
Douglas, you're still on Zoom. Is that your evil twin online?
I
Okay,
think we're muted online.
Cecilia, can you unmute?
Yeah,
Who do you prefer to talk to, Cecilia? Strangers or people you know?
both,
Oh, hold on, I'm not hearing you.
both. I say
Hold on.
for them.
No, mine's up. I should be hearing you. Try it again, Cecilia.
Yeah, I don't mind to talk with both of them.
With both, you don't mind talking to strangers and people you know? Thanks. Thank you. Jody, what about you?
Mine's been generally strangers.
Generally strangers. Okay.
I think just because I find them, less judgy maybe.
Less judgy, or are you judging whether they're judgy?
Well,
I say that not to pick on Jody, but we get in our heads and we make decisions for other people. And here in the beginning,
mhm.
I'm gonna hear from some of you that, oh, because I'm gonna ask all of you here in a minute, how many people do you have in your phone, in your contacts? You're gonna say, well, but no, I got 200, but only some of those. And I'm gonna be, are you picking and choosing? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you a little story how you don't know who may be a future client. And if you make decisions for them, unless it's some dreadful person that you hope never to cross paths again, that's okay. Then yes, take them out. I'll give you Veronica Quell, who's an agent here. She's been an agent here 8, 9 years, maybe 7, 8. She started in launch. And she was reaching out to her database. She came from a corporate background as a manager, and she was reaching out to her database, just like we're talking about today and doing. And she comes to me and she goes, you're not going to believe this, but I had someone in my database reach out to me and say they want to buy a house. And I said, well, that's great. That's how it should be. That's fabulous. She said, but a little funny story about her. I fired her as a manager. I'm like, oh, why? I said, well, that must speak to me, that speaks volumes of the type of manager you were, that you were able to let someone go and them not take it personally and hate you and hold the grudge that it was you, right? I said, that's amazing. I remember that finding that the people who I thought would automatically be my cheerleaders in this new endeavor, some were, and then some people I barely knew, got on my bandwagon. And I'd be like, wow, I never knew you felt like this about me. That is so lovely and fabulous to find that out. So if you start cherry picking before you know if someone, how they feel about you, or if they would ever use you, don't make those decisions for other people. Don't. Don't assume, we do it with leads also. You get a really hot lead at an open house and you have great rapport. So Douglas, I know you can talk to anybody and make them feel comfortable. You have this great rapport and they're talking about buying a house. And you're like, this is my next client. I just know it. I can feel it. And then they don't get back to you. And they don't get back to you. You're reaching out. They don't get back to you. You're like, I guess we didn't have the connection I thought we did. You know what? If you drop them and throw that lead away, you made a decision for them when it could have been all about timing. Maybe something crazy happened in their life, crazy good or crazy bad. And what they thought they could do tomorrow changed in their world. And they didn't get back to Douglas, not because they don't want to buy a house, it's just they can't do it right now. So be careful of who you make decisions for when you really don't know, because we're good at putting stories in our head, are we not? At least I am. Oh, I can have a whole storyline and dialogue with someone that it's not even happened. And if I based my actions and my business on that, then I'm going to make decisions for people and I don't have the right to do that, and I shouldn't. So be careful, because some people are going to surprise you in a good way and maybe and maybe in a disappointing way in some ways. Please, when we talk about database, another thing I want to touch on is, while I would love to tell you all your family and friends will use you, they will not. And some it will be because you're brand new. Some it'll be because they don't want you to know that much about their financials. And you have to be okay with that. I've seen people lose friends and friendships over, well, you didn't use me. Okay, that's a personal decision of that agent, but I thought that's so short-sighted. And do you have a friend? I have a couple of friends who I love, but they are crazy, crazy fun, crazy, who I would never want to do business with because I'd probably want to throttle them. Do you have those friends? Because I do, right? So sometimes you may make a decision that it's in the best interest of all parties that you refer them to someone else. So I know that when you're new, you want every piece of business coming your way. And it feels like a slight when somebody doesn't use you. I wish Ashley was here, because Ashley was only like 2 weeks in the business. And one of her friends used someone else here in the office who she knew that they knew. But she said that was a little hard to shake off. And she goes, I get it. She's known her as an agent much longer than she's known me, even though we've been friends or acquaintances. It's not been in the agent role, right? Does that make sense? So I'm gonna warn you now, be ready that some people will disappoint you. Don't hold that grudge. You know, guilt works beautifully. It does. So if they don't want to work with you, you wish them the best and say, however, if you have any friends or coworkers or whatever who need to buy or sell a house and you think I would be a good fit for them, I'm going to ask that you connect us, because I would love to help them. I've gotten business that way. I'll give you an example. I came from a corp background. The president that I worked for of our local corporate office, she was lovely. Debbie was lovely. She and I spent a lot of hours in the car going back and forth to state capitals, because I was a lobbyist and I would tote her up to the state capitals, go talk to legislators all the time. I get into the business. She was very supportive and then one day, I'm about 3 months into the business and she says to me, Kristen, I just want you to know, John and I are selling our house. And we're gonna use the agent who we bought the house from. Well, my stomach dropped. I was like, dang, it was a really nice house. But part of me also said, I hope someone honors relationships with me when I'm an agent also. So I said, okay. She goes, but I hope you can bring a buyer to our house. I would love it if you were the, helped us sell this house. And then about 2 weeks later, she says, I've got a friend who, she and her husband are thinking about selling their home. I'd like to refer you to them. This was a top executive in Kansas City. So guilt works beautifully. I don't know whether she's feeling, I think she was feeling a little guilt, don't you? Just a little. But she still wanted to help and support me. So don't write people off. Don't get angry at them. You could get a little mad inside, but let it go. Let it go. Okay. For those of you online, please check in. Everybody here, if you haven't checked in and you've come in a little bit later, make sure you do that. Okay, while they're checking in, tell me how many people you have on your phone. And if you've got an iPhone, it's super easy to do. You just go to contacts. Just go to contacts, go all the way down to the hashtag at the very bottom below Z. Scroll all the way down. And it will tell you how many contacts. I have 3,924. Now, I've been recruiting for 13 years, so I've got a lot of people that I don't remember. But I got a lot of people on my phone. How many people do you have? 1,734. Wow, that's great. And you're all gonna have different numbers. Olivia? 396. That's probably more of an average. I see 300 to 500. Jamie, how many? Okay. Jaden? 245, what?
518.
518, Ellie? 515? 839, Jocelyn? 754? Douglas?
1850.
Yeah. I've got those too. They say it's really easy to get rid of the duplicates. It's really not as easy as they say. Yeah. Alice? 273. Those of you at home on Zoom, how many people do you have in your phone?
I got 213.
213, Jody?
Yeah.
Anna, how many people do you have?
I have 36.
36, okay. Lucilia, how many people in your phone?
I have 342.
342. Harp, how many people in your phone?
236.
236. Claire, how many people in your phone?
246.
246. Okay. Okay. All right. Everybody has a starting point. Everybody has a starting point. So
Let you know, Jeffrey got 201 contacts in his address, so.
awesome. Awesome. I don't have the right, hold on a second. I need to, let me stop the share for a moment. I thought I had the PowerPoint up and I had the student guide up. So what are your thoughts on how many people you have in there? Were you surprised how many people you had? Anybody surprised? No?
Surprising me is that I actually know a lot of these people.
Okay,
Scroll with different names.
okay, okay.
Pretty amazing how many people you get in the world.
If here's what I'm gonna tell you. This is where I find new agents get hung up all the time. And it's on, well, I've got all these people, but I gotta go through it first before I put them in command. I gotta work on it. and then you work on it and you don't get it done. You take too long. Upload it and then work on it once you have it in command. Otherwise, you're gonna put it off, and you're gonna put it off, and you're gonna put it off. And that's not the objective. The objective is because these people are so important. Now, what I don't want from me saying that some of these people are gonna hold off using you to see how you do, what I don't want that to trigger in your brain is, oh, I don't need to talk to these people and put them in my database right away, because Kristen said I'm most likely gonna work with strangers first. No, 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 no. These people, in order for them to see and believe you're a real estate agent, you need to start changing that mindset now so that they really, as you're doing real estate activities, then it's just solidifying in their brain. Oh yeah, Alice is doing real estate now. Look at her go, right? So let's talk about database. What we're going to talk about this week. Understanding the power of this database. Discover what it is the heart of your business. I call it the gold in your pocket. And I'm going to be perfectly honest. A lot of experienced agents neglect their database. They chase after new leads, which, believe me, you do need to add new blood to your database. If you don't, you know that your database today, oh, and I need to share with the people at Zoom, sorry. When I unshare, then I've got to share back. Your database today is only as good as today. And what I mean by that is people move, people get divorced, people have kids, people pass away. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen to people that your database, when you get it all in what you think is perfect shape, it's only good for that day. Does that make sense? Because things happen to the people who are in here. These are living beings in here. So don't be under the illusion that it's just, I just gotta get them into command and then I'm done. You're not. It is something, it's like tending a garden. You're gonna prune it, you're gonna nurture it, you're gonna fertilize it, you're gonna water it. You've got to do all those things. We're gonna talk about this week the 4 laws of database success. What is it that you need to do to get the maximum return of the people in here? And also the people you're going to add to here, those new leads that you come across from door knocking, from open houses, from just your networking. And you're going to build it. You're going to learn where contacts come from and how to categorize them effectively and efficiently. Everybody needs to be categorized. Because think of this, your ultimate goal with your database is that you can communicate with everybody in there on the dime. Meaning if you wanted to just target all the people you met in open houses, you should have them categorized in your database so you can do that. Like everybody, all my open house leads, they were getting from me every time I did an open house, the next open house I was doing. Even if it wasn't in an area I had originally met them, I wanted to let them know that I'm doing another open house. I'm thinking of you. Of people you went to school with. You want to keep them in a different category. You might communicate and market to them differently. Alice.
Just some different tag ideas I have for people. I tag mothers and fathers as mother and father. So when that holiday, Mother's Father's Day comes around.
Oh.
Email would be one of my touchies.
Love that.
Love animals, so I tag dog parents too. Maybe there's always some kind of like
Yes.
dog parents day and maybe some kind of coupon that goes with that for dog service of some kind, just.
I love that. One of our agents in our office, Kylie Willis, she fosters dogs, has for years and years and years. It's her thing. And most of her clients have dogs. Matter of fact, when we did a photo event, when she was in growth coaching and she was one of the growth clients who helped host our photo event, almost all her clients who came from that photo event had their dog. And guess what she's doing right now? She's doing a weekly spotlight at her favorite shelter, and spotlighting a dog up for adoption. So take that idea. Because she's just building on what she's known for.
I'm considering doing Dogs Day Out with, the SPCA.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then on like Sundays, because Sunday is my most free day right now.
Yeah.
And then putting them on the story, like, you did dogs for you, so.
Dog parks. There's a KW agent, I saw her at Family Reunion, one of our big conventions, events that KW has every year in February. It rotates to other warm weather locations. This coming February, it'll be in Atlanta for the first time since I've been with KW. But we've gone to Las Vegas, to Anaheim, to Orlando, to New Orleans, to Dallas. I'm probably missing something. They have to be big enough for over 15 to 17,000 of us. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. However, I saw her on the stage and she started going to the dog park and started making connections. It was such a good fit for her that she started going every single day. And that became one of her main ways of lead generation. Noelle Compton here, she started doing that and started getting contacts, but unfortunately her dog started getting these allergies and couldn't go to the dog park anymore. So I think she's gonna start taking Ellie back. She thinks that she's got her on the medicine and she's doing really well, that she can after a couple of years but that was working for her. So can you see, if you tag these people, then you can message to them. I'm sad that K9, the dog Barquet.
Shut down, so sad.
Yes. Not because they weren't successful, it's just, yeah, it was just the financials of running that business. They couldn't keep going, but it was very popular. Aww. Systematic communication, I can't say it enough. If you're not consistent, you're not gonna build a business that's gonna have longevity and not be a roller coaster. If you like roller coasters, you could live that life in real estate. You can. Many agents do. And what I mean by that is they communicate and market sporadically. And they only do it when their business is down. So they get crazy busy and they do no marketing, no connecting with their database. And then they close those deals, they look over their shoulder and they're like, I have no business. Then they go out there like a crazy person, marketing and communicating, get crazy busy, and then shut down their marketing doors again. And then they have no business in the wings. That's the roller coaster. And you can live that life if you so choose. But please don't. It's exhausting. Please don't. It's so exhausting. So that's why I'm saying that 36 touch automation is mandatory for all of your businesses, because you're going to think or say to me, oh, Kristen, but I'm going to do all my own smart plans. I'm going to write my own blog. I'm going to write my own newsletter, and I'm going to touch all my marketing pieces. Well, bless you. Yes, in the beginning, when you have no clients, you can do that. But once you get clients, something's got to give, and you're going to be so focused on those clients and that transaction, all of that's going to go out the window. And everything that you built, that consistency, that mind share that you were creating in all those people that you've been connecting and marketing to, you just close the doors and they will forget you in a heartbeat. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're in their mind for a moment and then you can be gone. It's the repetition that works. Why do you think, have you ever seen a commercial on TV? And then, I'll be dang if they don't run it, the whole commercial right again? Do you think that's on purpose or a mistake? It's on purpose. Even if it's annoying, they got your attention because you're like, didn't I just see that? They got your attention. So repetition works. It is your job to figure out how to not be like annoying with your repetition. And that's where the variety of information and the ways you communicate with you save you from that. If you only email people, then yes, they will become numb to your emails. If you only text message, then they will zone that out if you do it too much. Make sense? You've got to mix it up. Lead management, you've got to be able, we'll talk on Thursday about the FAST system. And because you've got to know how to, what do you do with these leads, especially you're getting from open houses or door knocking? Or if you're working the FSBO and expired list, what do you do with them? How do you keep them in play? Because not all of them are going to say, yeah, let's get to work. Let's start today. Some of them might be a month, 3 months, 6 months. It might be next year before they're ready, but how are you going to keep them with you? Because don't be so sure that you've got them if you don't stay with them. And then action planning and practice. Create your own personalized action plan of how you're going to communicate with your database. Any questions about those things that we're going to be going over this week? Okay. The power of your database. I've talked about it a little bit, but let's talk about it some more. Where is my mouse? Here we go. Goes to sleep and then. Okay. Don't think of it just as a file or software program. Your database is, like I said, a living record of your business. It is your business. And it's enormous potential. That's what we're going to talk about is what kind of potential does your database have? When doctors and lawyers sell their practice, when they're ready to retire, what are they selling?
Clients.
Clients, their database. Agents could do that too. But most of them are so terrible at how they've managed their database. They don't have something solid to sell. And they don't know how to make that happen. I've seen agents just sell their database list or get a referral on every transaction. They don't realize that there has to be an integration and a handoff. Because your people may not, they'd be like, hand it off to, I don't know her. You've got to bring them together. So it's not just I saw that list. There's a plan in place to make that happen. The best ones that I've seen, and very few agents do this. I can't tell you. That's why you see so many agents that don't ever retire. They just keep working. It's because they don't know they don't know how to get out of this business. But the best I've seen is where they co-brand for like up to a whole year, both of their pictures on everything so that they can start making certain people understand, hey, this is the person, this is my person, this is who's going to take good care of you just like I did. You got to get them to believe that. The heart of your business is your database. The heartbeat of your business is your regular contact with your database. So don't let your database die because it's just sitting in command or in your phone. Too many agents do that. Don't just rely on the automated 36 touch. It is there as, I call it your marketing insurance to make sure there's something about real estate going on all the time, but you need to put the personalized touches and outreach to that or it will not have the same impact. You'll use your database to record contact information for leads, track interactions, assign marketing plans, ultimately build the foundation of your business that generates consistent income year after year. Almost every single experienced agent in this business, most of their business comes from their database. Comes from people that they've worked with or people they've referred to them. That's where you want to go. Now, if you want if you want to be a millionaire real estate agent, then you're going to always have to actively go after strangers too, while taking really good care of your database, because it's a numbers game, right? Make sense? So database tools from simple to sophisticated. KW Command, an integrated database and contact management system. It's a comprehensive cloud-based platform designed for you. It has all the tools that you need as a real estate professional, especially in the beginning, and you're not paying extra for it. Now, are there other databases and platforms that you're going to hear other agents use? Yes. But until you master command and using it and grow your business to a certain size, it probably doesn't make financial sense for you to go to any of those. Use what you have, learn to master it. Because if you don't, then you're not gonna know what you're buying is worthwhile or not, because you never got good at managing your database and using a system. I find people jump around also on database platforms. I know agents who've had 5 different companies that they've used. And the integration of a new platform is painful. So jumping around, I don't recommend it. Sometimes it is to find something that is a better match, and that's fine. I'm not saying you have to use Command your whole entire career, but it is the best place you can start. Do it well here, and then you'll be a better judge of what's missing and what you would like to have. Contact management system, that specialized cloud platform, it streamlines your business operations. It's going to give you the communication tools. I keep notes in Command of every recruit I talk to. Remember, I've got over 3,900 people on my phone. I'd say 1,500 of those are people I know, and the rest are leads. I have notes. If I've met with you, if I did either a phone interview with you or in person, I have notes in Command. Because do you think I remember all those people? I'd love to tell you I do. I don't. I sometimes don't even remember who I talked to last week. But I can look at my notes so that when I reach back out to them, I can say, hey, I remember that you shared with me, your grandmother has some investment properties, and that's your inspiration to getting in real estate. Is it time to start that journey? Instead of saying, hey, I know we talked. Are you still interested in real estate? I try to make it more personal. So I have that information. I'm also gathering every time I have one of those, I get all of their contact information. I'm getting their address, I'm getting their phone number, I'm getting their email address. And all that information. I even get where they work. So that builds my database. My recruiting database is rich with data. Until AI, why do you think Google's so popular? Because it's the amount of data it has inside of it, makes it rich. That's what you want in your database, rich with information, like pet names. You should be, at all of your contacts, you should be having the pet names. If it's children's names, spouse names. You should be gathering all of that. And you usually don't get it in just one sit down or one conversation, right? It's stuff you're going to be getting as you converse with them. Their birthdays. I'm big on birthdays. You'll get a birthday card from me. I am big on holidays. I love sending holiday cards to people. So anniversary cards, not only wedding anniversaries, but now you get to celebrate house anniversaries with people, the day in which you help them buy a house. That's pretty fun to reminisce with them and always send a card. Oh my gosh, I remember when we were on that journey of finding a house for you. So those are the things you're going to be doing. We're going to start on Thursday with the 4 laws of database. Any questions about what we talked about today? Finish reading the student guide for Thursday so that you'll be prepared when you come to class. It'll be Thursday at 9:30. Any questions or I need 2 ahas, one from in here and one on Zoom. Any ahas in here? Tell me something you learned today. Olivia.
How much, of your business comes from that database? That, the 80/20 is great.
Yes. 80/20 is real. It is. And it'll even grow as you grow this business, that more of your business will come. And it's a lovely feeling. I usually find that you start to really feel it like year 2, year 3, where people are referring you and you're like, oh, that's so cool. It's a really cool feeling when you start seeing that shift in your business. It's super cool. Okay, on Zoom, someone share an aha with me. Hark, Claire, Anna, Jody, Cecilia, need one aha.
I found that I've got to get more of my people in command group together. I don't,
More people in command. Yeah, no, we start, especially when you're new, you start getting people in there and sometimes you just stop. It's constant. So, okay. Thanks, you guys. I'm looking forward to Thursday. We'll dig in even deeper into database. So right now, for those of you on Zoom, you're going to be signing off and going to our office Facebook page so you can join us for the business meeting. We've got a great panel coming up. And then those of you here, stay in your seats, maybe take a little break, but come back because we've got a lot of great content. So thanks, everybody.
thank you.